Meghalaya State Commission for Protection of Child Rights MSCPCR hakakai podjongka hapadeng kipo Snem katana du Snem arjar khatlai hadu mentau Snem arja arpusau kala penpau bagi mukadama persya iki kam Thombor yaki Khynnah Kynthei bedang reta haka jilla Meghalaya ka jorbha haki Snem bodon ka khlam COVID-19 bat ka babun ka rehau Snem arja arpuai kata laispa nyau pratli ki mukadama Kani kalau pauling baka kai pot bala kadau dau ba e nong bet research cell ka commission haka jelang pelat pat ba ek protection of children from sexual offences POCSO Act arjar khatar naka ktin English shaka ktin khasi ha banquet hall jong hotel Pinewood Shillong Shusho na ketika kai pot kala kadau baki dan baro arhajar san spa an rupun rutli ki mukadama bat ki basa teng hadu menta ki dan khat khandai spa prapusau tuli nadu bala register nikong ya ki mukadama POCSO Act house nam arhajar khatlai Hakani program la pelat pat baru ya ke almanak jongka commission nalor ka kai pot POCSO hakabalai don langru dau ba polling do menteri bari kmi ekatanat social welfare ka sarkar jilla kumukong san nalor ka Dr. Mazel Amprin lingdo ke menteri bari kmi ekatanat lo kum kesembut kong san Kiwai balai don lang hakani program ki kentuk yakakong Magdalene S. Maulong executive member jongka Khas Autonomous District Council kakong D. Kharbeteng District and Session Judge jongka East Khas District kakong KM Lingdo Nongbri Director ka Meghalaya State Judicial Academy kakong CD Lingwa Director jongka Tanat Social Welfare kakong Yamons EM ka Chairperson jongka Commission nalor ki officer na katanat pulet bat kiwai ki tanat sarkar Kajing lang kala sakhi ya kajing pen ko buram ya ki bare don banta ban pen kala ya ka POCSO Act syaka ktin khasi nalor kajing pule ya ki poetry daka Khynnah school
Hope is force. Hope is energy. Hope is strength. Hope is life. Hope for equality. Hope for empathy. Hope for justice. And hope for life. Hope for harmony. Hope for serenity, hope for tolerance, and hope for life, hope for a peaceful world, and hope for a promising world, hope for a forgiving world, and hope for a lively, lovely, and lovable world.
Regarding the POCSO, the Khasi translation of the POCSO Act, I just want to share a few thoughts. There are warriors in the field, frontliners, who deal with POCSO every day. And they're the ones who have developed systems and they've developed language, they've developed their own terms, to deal with POCSO cases. And so we salute them, whether it's the police or the DCPOs or the courts, everybody is involved. And they have come up with their own language to identify body parts, especially, and so on. So we are thankful for them. But then regarding what we are expected from the commission, a lot of people they call us and they ask us for IC materials or to explain more about language and terms and so on. So we came upon the idea that we need to have a Khasi. It has been there in the commission before also, but it did not come to fruition. So the Khasi translation of the POCSO Act. We also, it's in progress right now, in process, the Garo translation of the POCSO Act. So, when we started, it was about a year ago. How to go about this? Because a lot of people, as we said, have evolved their own systems of like language and descriptions and so on and so forth. So we came upon this thought and we're very thankful to one of our partners, the MIG, Meghalaya Institute of Governance, and our dear friends over there who sponsored the first workshop that we had from the Commission. And that is a workshop on how to translate the terms. And some of our friends, Professor Streamlet and others also were there. And, I didn't realize it would be so difficult. To translate the terms into Khasi, I realized that we had more slangs than anything else. And it was quite appalling. We couldn't, I couldn't grapple with it, So it was like an eye-opener for me personally also that we didn't have, a proper language. It was mostly slangs. Then it really made me to think about this. The fact that there are many words which are taboo. We don't speak about them in public, or they just use as slangs. And that to me is very concerning because if we don't own it, if we don't identify our body parts, then we shame it. So this is something concerning, because it is high time that we have a language that we can talk with certain kind of decency and integrity, a language that can be used safely by all. Some words are very, very hard. You know that.
Snem, Yamon M. Snem, it is indeed timely for you to have thought that this is necessary, especially in the state of Meghalaya, where in my service to the people as MLA, I have come across severe situations of misunderstanding of rights of especially children, girl child and young women. Madam, I am always pained when someone designates a violation of a right as a love story. And it has always pained me, madam, to know that many girls in our community, a community which enjoys substantial freedom of choices of marriage, but yet we see young girls, ladies being conditioned to this most grievous attack on our modesties. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this landmark achievement of the Commission today. And I hope that the Social Welfare Department, the Law Department, the Health Department gets across and around all the difficulties that make rights of women a reality in our communities. We have to get together and break all the jargon and ensure that anyone who comes to a hospital after an abuse on her life gets the right attention, timely attention. There is a big myth that is also circulating, rights of rape victims. This again is something we have to sit and talk about. And Madam Yamon, I look forward to working with you to ensure that we simplify even that. Many young girls, women in general who get raped in our communities do not know how to access legal aid. This is something which I feel we must zero down, and we must ensure that the Department of Law has the correct protectors of law. We must ensure that our APPs, our PPs in the districts are aware of the grave responsibility that each of us have to the protection of women in our communities.
Was registered in the year 2013. And taking that as a baseline, we have taken our data to reflect 10 years, which ends in 2023. So just to give a brief highlight, there were, in the 10 years of the POCSO Act in Meghalaya, there are a total of 2,566 cases in the state, out of which there are still 1,984 cases still pending in the courts, in the various courts of the districts in the state. There are 11 POCSO courts in each district, barring Eastern West Khasi Hills, which is a newly established district. The rest of all the districts have a functioning POCSO court. We find that the maximum number of cases have been increasing on a year-wise, with the maximum number of cases being reported in the COVID years of 2020, 2021, and 2022. Of which 2021 has shown as the highest number of cases registered, totaling a number of 378 cases. When we look at the percentages of cases, we find that East Khasi Hills has the highest number of cases, which registers at 28% of all the cases in the state. When we look at convictions and acquittals, we find that Kyrwoh has the highest number of convictions, with 50 cases of convictions. The other districts have convictions of 30 and 31. But the maximum number of convictions has come out from Riboy. And the lowest number of convictions has been Southwest Garo Hills, with 0 convictions. South Garo Hills has 0 convictions also, but then that is due to the fact that they have not yet appointed a special public prosecutor. When we look at acquittals, it is in trend with the national average, which is at 22.68%. But then, if you look at the number of acquittals, their largest number of acquittals have been in the year 2022, with 62 acquittals. Now, when we look at pendency, the lowest number of pending cases in the state is East Garo Hills, which has only a total number of 36 cases. And when we look at year-wise, the highest number of pendency cases were in the year 2021 and 2022. I think these are some of the brief figures that you'll find in the booklet, the POCSO report. In fact, the POCSO report that we had envisaged contains more than these data, simple data, but we're still working on a full comprehensive report which will highlight more than what is given here. I think these are just a taste of what is about to come in the full POCSO report.
It's very important for us to know that each one of us can make a huge difference. I will not bore you with a long speech, but I would just share this anecdote about 2 brothers taking a walk along the beach. And suddenly, the beach was, the ocean was full of starfish. Suddenly, the water levels dropped, receded, and thousands of those starfish were exposed to the sand. And the water had dipped, and they were away on the seashore. There was the impending fear that all of them would die, being exposed to the elements. And the elder brother said to the younger brother, because the younger brother took a few of those starfish and threw them back into the water. The elder brother said, "What are you trying to do? Do you think we'll walk this entire seashore to throw all of those fishes back into the water?" The younger brother took another handful and kept throwing them into the water. He said, "I might not be able to save all of them, but yes, I can save some of them. Let that be our mission. Accomplish what we know we can accomplish, optimize our potential, and yes, we are blessed with modern education, the comfort of our homes, and there are thousands upon thousands of those who are much less privileged than us. It is our moral duty, it is our calling, it is our mission. I'm sure it is our purpose in life to make that difference.